Hey everyone, welcome back to more reading in The Richest Man in Babylon. Today we begin our journey in chapter 5, and this is going to be the first chapter where I'm actually not going to teach the main principles discussed in it, the 5 laws of gold. Because the more I start to understand more about the 5 laws of gold, the more I recognize that this is something that somebody can't just tell you and it become important to your life. You have to make the decision that it is important to you, and then search them out for yourself. Then and only then will it have more meaning for your life, and you'll begin to understand it better and how to apply it. And I can simply say that simply because that's been my experience with what I've learned from them before, and now the more I begin to understand and apply them because they're become more meaningful to me, because I've decided for them to be more meaningful to me. But this chapter gives the account of Nomasir, the son of Arkad. And Arkad gave Nomasir a bag of gold and then the clay tablet containing the 5 laws of gold, and sent him on his way told him, go learn how to manage your own wealth. I want you to prove through experience that you are worthy to take over my estate. So that was the purpose of him teaching Nomasir. And it's the story of what Nomasir did, and how he first horribly failed because he completely ignored the tablet and just thought he could, on his own, invest the gold his father gave him, which actually ended up horribly. The first one is he was tricked into some kind of scheme to bet on a horse, where everybody was actually, the 2 guys he was talking to was in partnership with a schemer. And the second one was a businessman, business deal where the person's like, hey, you invest your money first, I'm going to go get my money later, and we'll be equal partners. Didn't do any background check on the guy, and in those 2 instances he lost basically all of his gold. After that, he was in a horrible state, and he had to learn the wisdom of the 5 laws of gold. He finally was able to get a job, and as he started to learn those 5 laws, he actually began to meet people, and then was able to apply them because they knew what they were doing. They were able to teach him, and because he was already learned those 5 laws, he was able to apply them. And then 10 years later, after he had proven himself to his father, he was able to give a good accounting. But I feel like the one principle that I do want to share is given right at the beginning of the chapter. Where the man telling the story of Nomasir simply says this about what we naturally do with gold and with wisdom. He says, just so it is with the sons of men. Give them a choice of gold and wisdom. What do? Ignore the wisdom and waste the gold. On the morrow they will, because they have no more gold. And so if we want to have tomorrow and have the gold for tomorrow, we need to first seek the wisdom. And that's what we're doing right now in reading this book, but it's more than reading. It's looking for ways that we can apply it in our lives. And that's applying all the things that we've learned up to so far, from what we've learned from Arkad with the 3 lessons that he learned, and then the 7 cures for a lean purse. And making sure that we look for wisdom and look on how to apply it in our lives. And so we need to not discredit the good information that's all around us on how to handle our money correctly. We can't just discredit it or ignore what's around us. We need to take charge of our money and really put forth the effort to make it important in our lives. So thank you for joining me tonight on my journey to be a millionaire, and we'll see you tomorrow with more reading in The Richest Man in Babylon. Take care.